The Steelers back at the Motorpoint Arena. The Braehead Clan were in town. They had a new goalie as well. Out of gone Zemlak, in came McChesney. The Sheffield Steelers were ready. They had a new signing of their own on show as well. Scott Champagne played on the road but making his home debut. He was to have an impact in this game as well. The Sheffield Steelers got off to a startling start in the first period, completely in control. And it was the return of Jeff Legui in sparkling form. He was to score a couple to set the Steelers on their way. A nice first one, picks up a rebound. Legui assisted Champagne and Fata. Inside 4 minutes, the Sheffield Steelers led by 8-0. We'll see it again. McChesney makes the save, but just kicks it out in the direction of Legui. He slots home. Steelers fans happy, 1-0. All going to plan. Sheffield Steelers were on the power play. Zajac was off to hooking when Burnstall went for slashing. 5-on-3 power play for the Sheffield Steelers. Savage will control things. Keep your eye on Jeff Legui. Doesn't like it the first time, loves it the second. Fires one top shelf. 5-on-3 power play goal. Savage and Michelle picking up assists. And at 6:34, the Sheffield Steelers led by 2. Just look where this one goes. No chance for McChesney. Right over his shoulder. A super slow-mo. And even when it's slowed down that much, nobody can stop that, can they? Steelers led 2-0 at the end of the first period. Things going according to plan. But then an interesting 30-second spell. First of all, Jake Galbraith waved his magic. Look at that for a pass for Goldie. And it was 2-1. If you didn't see that pass the first time, it was worth its admission money alone. Galbraith, Goldie, 2-1. And less than 20 seconds later, we were tied at 2-2. The Braehead Clan had turned things around. Former Sheffield Steeler Robert Farmer was going to be the man who was going to pick this one up. The Carrow loses it, thought he'd got it. And from 2 inches out, Farmer ties the game. 26:03, Hansen picks up the assist. You'll see it again. Farmer tries to jam it home. The Carrow loses the puck in his pads, and Farmer taps in. 2-2. Braehead's travelling support were pleased. Sheffield Steelers on the power play. 36th minute. Keep your eye on Ashley Tate, 21. Former Sheffield Steelers Steve Burnstall will play his part in this. In fact, I think he'll pick up an assist. Puck will come back to Stevenson, and then there is Ashley Tate. The shot rebounds off the stick of Burnstall, and Tate slots it home. You'll see it again. Keep your eye on Burnstall. Bang. Lovely pass to Ashley Tate. McChesney just gets a bit of it as well, just comes off the top of the stick. But the Sheffield Steelers would lead 3-2, 36-15. Sean Limpright picks up an assist. Sheffield would score again before the end of the second period. Tyler Michelle from close range. Ferguson and Legui picking up assists at 38-23 to take a 2-goal advantage into the third period. Again, Michelle. Johnny on the spot. And he's just quicker to that loose puck, isn't he, than Steve Burnstall. Looks like Burnstall's got it there. But Michelle just out-muscles him and slots it home. So Steelers took that 2-goal advantage into the third period, and they were to dominate the final session out, shooting Braehead 19-6 in the final 20 minutes. First of all, Champagne with a lovely finish. Chris Frank picked up an assist. You'll see it again. Zemlak letting 3.4 goals a game for the Braehead Clan. Poor old McChesney letting 4 on his home debut and 7 here at the arena. Number 6 would come to the Bulldog, Jason Hewitt from close range. Hewitt on a lovely pass from Simon Ferguson, 48-02. The Steelers were rampant, let me tell you. The Bulldog celebrates. Just a minute later, the Sheffield Steelers were going to make it 7-2. This would wrap up the scoring. Tyler Michelle picking up his second. Look at the work from Champagne. Dances through the Braehead defence, and then Johnny on the spot, Michelle, makes it number 7. Super play from Champagne. the goalie out as well. Michelle has a simple task of tapping into an empty net. Great work, Champagne. Tyler Michelle, of course, drives the net, and the Sheffield Steelers, well, Braehead, they weren't happy, goalie wasn't happy, nobody was happy. But the Sheffield Steelers round off a fine victory, 7-2. The game was also a record-breaking game for Mark Thomas, who moves into second place in the all-time appearance list.
How does that feel?
Yeah, it's a great honour. You know, when I first joined here, I never thought that I'd play the amount and be here as long as I have. But you know, I've loved it so far, and long may it continue, I guess.
Seems a long time ago, doesn't it, that Dennis Maxwell gave you the call and you had Jason Hewitt living in your wardrobe. It was
yeah, that first year was a little strange, but no, yeah, it's like I said, it's got better every year really. Like we've had a few ups and downs over the years, and you know, we've won a few trophies over the time as well, and it's more ups and downs, which is the main thing really.
You look at where you were as a 16, 17-year-old to get to this point in your career where you're closing in on a record. It's going to take a few more years for you to get there. But I mean, that's a massive, I suppose it must be a massive tribute to you, because you were someone that came to the game very late.
Yeah, I was a late starter. A lot of people know I didn't really start playing ice hockey until I was 17, so I guess it was, you know, I got a couple of breaks and I was lucky, but at the same time I've worked hard over the years as well. So, you know, it's been, like I say, it's been great over it. It's something that at the moment I don't really look too much into it, but I suppose in a few years' time when I'm not playing anymore, I'll probably look at it and be pretty proud of what I've achieved.
Scott, what about tonight then? Good to get your home debut under your belt and a goal as well. How did it feel?
Oh, it was a great evening. I mean, we started off great. Unfortunately, we took a few steps back in a second, but there's a lot of character on this team, and we battled back and made sure we got the 2 points.
What happened there in that second period? It was very strange, wasn't it?
I mean, we talked about it in between periods. You know, it's happened a little bit during the year, and we didn't want to let it happen. And unfortunately, I took a stick and penalty early on, which didn't help the momentum. But after that, that's hockey. We got back into it, though. It's all right.
And in terms of that first period, a period that you dominated for long, long stretches, how difficult is it to keep on at that through 3 full periods?
Yeah, I mean, we got to do it for 3 periods. What happens is it's tough sometimes when teams sit back, and then we don't want to try to go down to their level. We got to keep that intensity throughout the game. You know, we got to do a better job of that.
Ryan, another important victory for the Sheffield Steelers. You seem to be rolling, got a bit of momentum now. Is that how it feels to you?
Yeah, well, I think we needed to get hot at this time of the year. Like I said, got a small mountain to climb, you know, but we're not looking too far in the future here. We're taking it one game at a time and focusing on what we can do today and at that particular moment. And I think the guys have been responding well. You know, we're playing good hockey, and when we're not playing good hockey, John DeCaro's playing great hockey. So he's backstopped us pretty well, you know, the whole time. And you know, like I said, hopefully we're clicking at the right time, but we're pretty even keeled here. We're not trying to get too far ahead of ourselves, and you know, right now we turn our focus to Coventry next Saturday.
Let's talk about the 2 performances this weekend, starting in Scotland in Fife. What did you make of how the Steelers played?
You know what, we played good. You know, we went down 2-0. Obviously a bit of a concern, but that's one of the hardest buildings to play in, and it's hard to play well in there. And they play extremely well, and it doesn't matter who's in their lineup. It just doesn't matter in that rink, and it's a great atmosphere. And we went down 2-0, but we responded and were able to even it up. The power play's been unreal for us. The power play saved us, and then I thought we got better as the game went on. But they just kept coming at us. You know, they kept coming. They scored some opportune goals, but I thought we carried the play for the most part, and definitely deserved the 2 points. It wasn't a 6-3 game. It was a 4-3 game with 2 empty nets, but you know, I think the guys battled hard, and we deserved the 2 points.
And let's talk about the Braehead game on Sunday, a game that was, particularly first period, a period of real dominance for the Sheffield Steelers, a little slip at the start of the second. When you go back to analyse it, how hard is it to take anything out of that game?
Well, we played a great first period, a really good first period, and then we addressed it in the room, because we've done this in the past where we've played great first periods, and then we take our foot off the gas and allow teams to come back at us, and all of a sudden you go out, you address it, and you think that every time you come out of the room something's going to change, and they come back at us. And let's be honest, for the better part of 13, 14 minutes, we didn't play good hockey. We allowed Braehead to come at us. They tied the game back, and then the power play kicked in again and got us out of trouble. We went in after the second period, was frustrated. I wasn't happy with the guys. Wasn't happy with the way we allowed them to come back in, because we did address it. We've been addressing this situation for months now. Then the guys responded. I thought they came out in the third and responded. We played a very good game, and I thought we played a very good game when the game was out of reach. I don't think we gave up a whole lot. It's easy to turn and be offensive in those games and not care about your D zone. And I thought the guys did a very good job and kept it tight at the back end and didn't leave Johnny out to dry. And that's not something we do here. But with good D zone, we create offensive zone chances. Especially with teams that are obviously going to open it up and need to cheat. I thought we broke them down a lot, and you probably could have had 2 or 3 more in the third.